by his side since the beginning, his wife, Anna. So our story is that we started with Andy's story, and in 2015, Andy was diagnosed with PTSD. Andy's a first responder. He's a police officer with the Ottawa Police. He's been military, paramedic. He's done it all, and he's seen his share of trauma over the years. And after a significant event in Ottawa, Andy started realizing that more people needed help, and he wanted to reach out and help those so that nobody would feel that they were going through what he was going through alone. So he started one day when a kind person donated his dog Rubie, who's here today, and Rubie became Andy's best friend and helped him through. Quickly realized the power of the dog through therapy and service to help him get out and start mobilizing in the community again, start getting back to his normal and do the things that he used to enjoy doing with his friends and family. Rubie enabled him to be able to do that. There's a short video here. Just an overview of some of the things we do. Just a quick glance at, this just in. There are 2 cars parked in front of J.R. Saint in the west parking lot spot. If you could please pay for parking as the lot is completely full. Oh, wait a minute, there's another half, that would make more sense. So there's 2 cars parked in J.R. Saint's spots on the west parking lot here. If you could move them, you may have to move down the street because the pay lot across the street is full. So if you have a gray Hyundai Sonata, Bravo Hotel Sierra Alpha 118, or a Navy Lexus GX 470, Bravo Hotel Lima 820, you'll need to move your cars, please. Hey, nobody's running out. I think we're good. All right, so that threw me off a little bit. So this story, the video that you just saw, like I said, it's a little montage of some of the great work that Centurion K9 is doing. We have on board some great people that have their own lives, experiences dealing with PTSD. None of us are academics. We're not professionals. We know that, but we work with the professionals to help make it happen and provide frontline support to emergency responders, fire, police, ambulance, military, and correctional services for Eastern Ontario. So we're widespread. We are Ottawa-based. We do our training at the PDC in Ottawa. You may have recognized some of those pictures. And our dog trainer is our very own Judy Vanhurst, who gave us that great yoga presentation earlier. So we're very happy to have Judy on board to work us through with these dogs and bring them up to the standards that we need. So the key thing when Andy started CK9 was when he started reaching out and looking around to see what was available for therapy dogs. And for service dogs, particularly with PST, there's some great agencies out there that are doing this type of work. And we're learning from them every day. We follow some of the regulations that they've put together. There's no provincial standards yet, but it's moving through. We're working on that. But what we quickly learned was that these dogs are terribly expensive. So other agencies are charging $20,000 to $30,000 for a frontline emergency responder to obtain one of these dogs, and it takes a long time. And the costs come because they're getting breeded dogs, their training that's involved, their upkeep, their veterinary care, and that's really expensive. So you can imagine you're off work for PTSD or a stress-related injury, you're already up here, right? Your paycheck's probably been cut a little bit because you're under insurances. So we all know it's not 100% of your pay anymore. So things have to shift a little bit. You start reorganizing the finances. The kids got to cut back on the movies and the popcorn, but you make it work, right? And then you get told you need $30,000 if you want a dog. We don't want people to feel that stress. That is not attainable for most people. In this day and age, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. It's a reality. So what Centurion K9 is doing is that through the great funding of our sponsors and fundraising, we're doing it for free. Big thing. It's a lot of work for our team. We're small, we're starting out. It grew fast. It grew really fast. When Andy started this, Andy, if I may, I don't think you realized how many people needed your help.
No idea.
Yeah, and we're dumbfounded just within our own police organization. I'm a member, been a civilian member with OPS for 14 years. And in 2012, I was diagnosed with PTSD as a dispatcher. So I recognize the frontline challenges. I came to Andy a year ago. I'm calling these not my war stories, but I want you to understand why I'm here. It's not because of me. It's not because of my story. A year ago, my husband was involved in a very serious car accident. And a year later, he's still trying to recover. He's still trying to walk. He can't drive. And he couldn't get out of the house. So one of my coworkers, actually our communications director, Julie, said to me one day, there's this guy, and he does dogs at this dog program for PTSD, and he's looking for volunteers. So she showed me the website. It turned out Andy's my neighbor. Yeah, we live in the middle of nowhere. So the odds of that happening were pretty minimal, but there he is. So we connected with him, and lo and behold, 5 months later, my husband now has a PTSD service dog, because folks, we also take care of our families, not just our frontline service providers, but their families as well. So my husband now has a beautiful German Shepherd Collie mix named Willow, who's done amazing and just passed her first round of testing. And it's thanks to Andy and his family for making that happen. So that